Hey, hey, hey. Happy Tuesday. Come on in, pull up a chair. The Gaming Gang Dispatch is in the air. Howdy, 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 gang. Welcome once again to the Duct Tape Studios. I'm Jeff McAleer, your host here at the Gaming Gang Dispatch, brought to you by thegaminggang.com, which I happen to be the grand poobah. That's right, I am the founder and editor-in-chief of thegaminggang.com. So welcome aboard. Tonight is Tuesday, February 22nd, 2022. This is live stream 756. If it's your first time joining me, let me point out, super casual around here. Just hanging out, talking about the latest in tabletop gaming news, and then taking a peek at a tabletop gaming release. Tonight, I am going to be unboxing and taking a first look at Tiny Epic Pirates from Gamelyn Games, as well as its expansion, Curse of, it was right side up, Curse of Amdiak. I don't know where that name came from, but it's Curse of Amdiak. So this is the expansion. We're going to take a peek at this as well. And we're also going to take a look at the little metal coins that I received that you can use with Tiny Epic Pirates. So stay tuned for that. Once again, if you're not familiar with the stream, please keep in mind the first half or so, sometimes a little more than half, is devoted to the latest in tabletop gaming news. So if you're watching live, kick back, relax. It'll be about 30 minutes or so. If you're watching this within, let's say anywhere after 30 minutes after the stream ends, then there's actually going to be timestamps. So you can actually skip ahead if you don't want to check out the tabletop gaming news. But I got to say, there's some cool stuff going on. Also, if you like this video, by all means, please give it a quick thumbs up. Subscribe to the Gaming Gang channel if you haven't already, and if you do subscribe, ding that bell. It'll not only let you know when the Dispatch streams live Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday evenings at 7 p.m. Central right here on YouTube. It'll also inform you when I upload other videos, such as tonight's review of Pathfinder Broken Tusk Moon from Paizo Inc. Yes, I review the first chapter in the new Quest for the Frozen Flame adventure path. So that is going to be up probably about an hour after I finish up tonight's live stream. All right, so the reality is it's in the can. It's already uploaded to YouTube. I just don't like to put things right on top of the stream. So, want to point that out. If you're interested in finding out about the new 3-part adventure path, that review will be up a little bit later on tonight. Of course, when you're not watching videos on the Gaming Gang channel, be sure to visit thegaminggang.com for all the latest in gaming news, reviews, and a whole lot more. You know the drill. Get your geek on at thegaminggang.com. Lastly, this is a live stream. So that means there is chat available. It's not on screen. It's one of the ways that I keep some of the more unusual commenters at bay. And you do have to be a subscriber to the channel for at least 48 hours before you can take part in chat. But if you want to say howdy, you got a question, a comment, by all means, chime in. I will do my best to respond. So far, first out the gate tonight was the Motor City Madman. Yes, the Madman is with us. He is one of our chat moderators as well. So he wields the banhammer with aplomb. John Vogel's with us. Perkins Dearborn is in the house. So is Clint Gibson and Coco B. 245 Trioxin has swung on in as well. So 245 Trioxin says that they feel there's a story behind keeping the unusual commenters at bay. There is, but it's really a Twitch thing. When I first started doing the live stream, I was actually streaming on Twitch and YouTube at the same time, and I had like an app that combined both chats together. And I would have people. Well, at the time, the stream was called the Daily Dope because I was doing Monday through Friday, and I was bringing you the latest tabletop gaming news. And I had done a podcast with that title years before for the Gaming Gang as well. So it was like the Daily Dope, the dope, the scoop, the skinny. I use those terms all the time. It's the news. And I would get people would come in and they'd be like, Daily Dope, man. Dude, I thought this was going to be about like smoking pot. Those were many of the comments. Like, dude, and it was the Gaming Gang presents the Daily Dope or something like that. So there was sort of a little clue that maybe it wasn't, just hanging around smoking weed or something. Smoking the ganja, the Mary Jane, the devil weed. How else did they call it in reefer madness? Reefer, right there, duh. Grass, smoking the grass. So I always kind of joke around now. If I know somebody who, imbibes, be like, oh, so you're smoking the grass. Disfod 92 and Callahan Klatt have popped on into chat as well. So chat is off and running tonight. I was going to say it's February 22nd, 2022. If we kick that 0 out of there, that's a whole bunch of 2s. Pretty wild. But, yeah, the 0's there. Nothing we can do about it. All right, let's jump on into the news because making its way into stores from Rio Grande Games is Full Throttle. And here's the details about the latest Freebin Freeze design. The wild moped riders are ready to race with their souped-up mopeds. Damn you, wild moped riders, and your souped-up mopeds. Knowing that neither your courage nor your health insurance lets you take part in such a dangerous race, you and your friends instead choose the safe way to enjoy these races and start betting on the mopeds. While the 6 mopeds race 3 times around the racetrack, trying to avoid getting stuck behind other mopeds or at choke points, you assess the situation round by round and bet on your favorite mopeds. Who will finally win, place, or show? In Full Throttle, no one controls the mopeds, with them racing around the track in a self-controlled manner. Each round, reveal racing cards and move the mopeds around the track. Then draft the racing cards to be used as your hidden bets. The undrafted cards are reused for future movement of the mopeds. Choose your bets carefully because the cards you choose will make those mopeds go slower. After 3 exciting laps around the racetrack, the race ends after the first 3 mopeds finish crossing the finish line. Have you collected the best set of racing cards to win Full Throttle? Full Throttle is for 2 to 6 players, ages 10 and up, plays in 20 to 40 minutes, and will carry an MSRP of $29.95 when it arrives in stores this month. I believe it's supposed to be out, I think it's the 28th is its release date. Then again, never know. The way things are going, shipping delays, everything else, could be coming out in April. I don't know. But it is slated to be hitting stores this month. Jason Bradley has joined us in chat. Callahan says devil's cabbage was always his favorite term for marijuana. What did cabbage ever do to whoever named it that? Damn you, cabbage. and I can't say marijuana looks anything like cabbage, so I don't know. I have no idea. So Jason says, I woke up and you're live. Win. Does that mean I should be going to sleep? It's fairly early here in the Chicagoland area, but yeah, it's been crappy all day too. It's just raining and gloomy, but at least it was warmer today. And now we're going to get cold again until March. So that's not too thrilling. On to the next news piece. Newcomers Naylor Games has completed fulfillment on a successful Kickstarter for their financial / city building game, Magnet, the First City. And now it's coming to retail. Here's the scoop. Magnet, the First City is a mid-weight strategy game for 1 to 5 players. Each turn, players try to grow their property empire by performing different actions, including buying plots of land, constructing buildings, marketing their developments, and selling them completely for their capital value. Once per round, they'll also get the chance to attract tenants to an empty building. That's kind of interesting. If they're successful, they'll start collecting rent from those tenants and increase the value of their holdings. At the same time, they'll also create new development opportunities for themselves and their opponents. But in Magnet, as in real life, not all locations are equally appealing to all types of tenants. Magnet's 4 types of tenant: residential, office, retail, and industry, all want to be linked to other types of tenants in nearby neighborhoods. And they are all affected differently by what's next door. The airport is an asset for offices, but is an unattractive place for new residents. Yes, that would certainly be the case. By clever tactical and strategic building, players can increase their odds of attracting these tenants and improve their return on investment without benefiting their opponents too much. But while the players acquire more and larger properties, the price of land keeps rising higher and higher. Eventually, it becomes completely unsustainable, and a game-ending crash that will destroy the value of players' properties becomes inevitable. When exactly the crash happens, however, is shaped by the players. How much land they buy and how much property they sell will make more of a crash-specific turn likely. Players must time their actions carefully to avoid substantial losses while maximizing their profits. Only then will they emerge victorious as the city's wealthiest property magnate. Magnet, the First City, is once again for 1 to 5 players. It's for ages 10 and up. Plays around 1 to 2 hours. It's going to carry an MSRP of $89 when it arrives in stores on March 1st. And I do believe the retail edition is going to have a little mini expansion specifically for retailers. And I believe it contains like a game company and a game cafe. Those are like the tenants and stuff. Could be kind of interesting. I might actually be getting a review copy of this game to take a peek at as well, because the fine folks over at Naylor Games reached out to see if I'd be interested in checking it out. And I got to say, there are a lot of game reviewers who had covered this for the Kickstarter who were mighty impressed by this game. So kind of interesting. I got to say, I am not always like a huge fan of economic games. This could be a little different. This could be pretty cool. Jason says, no, gloomy as it may be, don't hibernate. It's only gloomy. It's gloomy, but it's only 1 a.m. in England. Well, here it's 7:15 in the evening. Flaming Heron has joined us in chat. Our other chat moderator has arrived. So stay tuned. We might actually be getting a first look at Magnet, the First City, in the relatively near future. I know it's not Wednesday, and tomorrow we're not actually looking at a war game either, But I thought I'd share some pretty cool wargaming news because coming this spring is the English language edition of Fitna, the global war in the Middle East from Nuts Publishing. Here's the scoop. Fitna, the global war in the Middle East, is a 2 to 6 player grand strategic level card driven wargame depicting the military confrontations in the Middle East since 2012 up to the near future. Among 10 historical and hypothetical scenarios, players can simulate the war against the Islamic State in Iraq and Syria, ISIS, the Kurdish rebellion, the Sunni versus Shia confrontation, as well as Russian, Turkish, Israeli, and Western intervention in the region. ISIS troops are activated through event cards. This wargame allows you to have a clear view of the local protagonist's goals and a real understanding of what is going on in this chaotic area. This is why it is used by experts in analysis of the French Ministry of Defense to test prospective scenarios, as the iconic Gulf Strike used to be by U.S. experts to plan the Gulf War. Each turn represents 2 months of real time and is divided into several phases, allowing players to play events, to take reinforcements, to check supply, to spend operational points, to move units, mostly brigades and divisions, and to launch offenses. Each player gets 4 cards in hand, allowing him or her to use those carefully, either for creating events, spending operational points, or supporting battles. The 10 scenarios are the Civil War in Syria, 2012 to 2013. This is the tutorial. The fight against ISIS, 2014 to 2015. Russian intervention in Syria and the PKK rebellion in Turkey, 2015 to 2016. ISIS collapse, 2017 to 2018. Iraq invades Kuwait again, hypothetical. Turkish military intervention in Iraq and Syria, hypothetical. The struggle for Kurdish independence, hypothetical. Limited war between Iran and Saudi Arabia, yikes, hypothetical. Israel attacks Hezbollah, regional war in Syria. It's hypothetical, but that sort of goes on a lot. And then, of course, the big scenario, Fitna, the global war in the Middle East, which is up to 6 players, even though they said the game is for 2 to 5. Wasn't it? 2 to 5? No. That's the other game. Sorry, that was Magnet I'm thinking of. This is for 2 to 6. It is for 2 to 6 players, so Fitna, the global war in the Middle East, is up to 6 players. That's pretty wild. So, as I mentioned, the game is for 2 to 6 players, ages 14 and up, plays in 90 minutes to 4 hours, depending on the scenario you're playing and the number of players, obviously. It's going to carry an MSRP of $68 when it arrives in April. This looks pretty interesting. I've pointed out before, last week I did a news piece. What was it? This War Without an Enemy, I think was the title of it. It was an English Civil War game that was also from Nuts, and that was getting an English language edition as well. Looks like these guys have some pretty interesting games coming out of France. So, unfortunately, I've never seen one of these Nuts Publishing games. But this looks pretty cool. Flaming Heron says 4 hours. Eesh. I know when you're playing a really good game, 4 hours goes by like that. Zips right past. I should also mention that I have seen some online retailers are going to have this for $51. That seems like a pretty smashing deal. Don't know. We'll find out. Flaming Heron says, sounds like something you could add to a lot of things, hypothetically. Yes, a lot of it looks like half of the scenarios are hypotheticals. Let's move into some role-playing game news because there's a new bundle of holding that's arrived, and it features the popular Brazilian role-playing game, The Elephant and Macaw Banner, from Porcupine Publishing. Here's the deets on the deal. Adventure! This all-new Elephant and Macabre bundle presents the Elephant and Macabre banner tabletop fantasy role-playing game of adventure in a magical 16th century Brazil from Porcupine Publishing. Set in the royal captaincy of Rio de Janeiro in 1576, Christopher Castenschmidt's Elephant and Macabre banner fiction series chronicles the adventures of the Dutchmen Gerard van Oost and Yoruba Oladara in well-researched novelettes based on Brazilian history and folklore. In this licensed EAMB role-playing game, your characters, adventurers from any of a dozen indigenous cultures, as well as recent arrivals from Europe and Africa, explore the Brazilian wilderness and protect its many peoples from threats, both human and supernatural. This distinct and flavorful South American fantasy world has muskets, magic, and many, many monsters. It's been called a Brazilian Witcher. The book series has been called that, if I remember correctly. For just $14.95, you'll get all 5 titles in this banner collection with a retail value of $68 as DRM-free PDFs, including the complete Elephant and Macabre banner role-playing game core rulebook, the location source book, the royal captaincy of Rio de Janeiro, and 3 full-length adventures, The Legend of the Golden Condor, The Curse of Amdiak, and The Mysterious Demise of Dom Peristrello. Sure, I can pronounce those names probably relatively correctly, but real people, no. These savings do run through March 14th, and 10% of your payment after gateway fees will be donated to this offer's pandemic-related charity. You guessed it, Direct Relief. Sweet. Jason says they love the bundle of holding deals. Flaming Heron says, yeah, they like this one for the setting alone, and they held off getting the core book. Might be time to get it as part of the bundle. You know, it's kind of funny because I know this won some awards. I know it was also nominated for awards. I know it was nominated for Ennies. And it's just kind of, I know if anybody out there listens to Fear of a Black Dragon, Tom on that show actually was, I think he was the lead translator for this role-playing game as well. At one point, they were going to send me some books to review, and never heard anything about it again. So I don't know. I kind of have the feeling that this is kind of a dead game. But I will point out, for $14.95, you can get the 5 releases. There's also a 6th release, which is a free adventure. And that's over on DriveThruRPG. You can get this bundle for $10 less than the PDF of the core book alone over at DriveThruRPG. So that is definitely something to keep in mind. Callahan says, oh, great. I have a friend in Rio who was talking about playing in a one-shot with this game. It was really interesting hearing about the mythology of the region from him. Yeah, you know, I had heard that well, for one, the novellas are very popular. So they have not, I don't believe they've been translated into English, because I was looking to kind of check them out when I was kind of going back and forth with Porcupine Publishing about possibly doing reviews of at least the core book. And yeah, I had heard about this too, and I thought, oh, you know, this sounds pretty interesting, pretty unique. So hey, $15, get the whole shebang. Check it out. I think there's also a quick start on DriveThruRPG, if I remember correctly. That's not part of this bundle, but it might be free. Bob Ross has joined us. So as Flaming Arrow says, not the Bob Ross. Well, it could be Bob Ross, but not the Bob Ross, because unfortunately, the Bob Ross isn't with us anymore. But it is very possible there are many other Bob Rosses in the world. So welcome, Bob. Flaming Aaron says, yeah, he's dead. Yes, he is. I watched a documentary on Netflix about Bob Ross. Boy, he certainly got taken advantage of. I'll say that. I won't get into any more, but yeah, I gotta feel bad for him and his family. Anyway, let's move on to our last news piece, because available now in print and PDF for 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons is Thay, Land of the Red Wizards, and Ed Greenwood is one of the authors of this supplement. Here's the dope. Known to the wider Forgotten Realms as a sinister land of red wizards, slavers. Hey, we're not allowed to have slavers in fantasy role-playing games anymore. What's wrong with you people? That's it. I'm not going to talk about this anymore. Slavery, slavers. My God, didn't they get the memo? Not allowed to have slaveholders or people selling other people or creatures in fantasy role-playing games anymore. Anyway, known to the wider Forgotten Realms as a sinister land of red wizards, slavers, and marching undead armies, Thay is the distant or uncomfortably close menace that may become our doom if Zas Tam turns his attention in our direction. And Thay is that, but it is also much more. A truly magical land, thanks to a secret that even the goddess Mistra helps to keep, of rich culture, a rising middle class, ambitious nobles, and red wizards who fear Zas Tam more than they hate him, but may be soon forced to defy him, and wealth beyond the imaginings of even the wealthy and proud realms elsewhere. I don't know. I can imagine quite a bit of wealth. This tome is your guide to the Thay of right now, a valuable resource for dungeon masters and players alike. It sets forth, how about English, Jeff? It sets forth the people and places of the land of red wizards, what life is like, and seeds, hints, and secrets sufficient to spur adventures for years of enjoyment at your gaming table. Thay, Land of Red Wizards is available as a 102-page premium color hardcover through Dungeon Masters Guild for $39.99. You can grab the PDF for $17.99. Which, yes, that is awfully pricey. It's like I'm a broken record with this stuff. It's just the prices of all this stuff has gone up. And I have the feeling, and I'll talk about this a little bit when I wrap up the news here. Some of these things, the price increases are artificially driven, let's say. Anyway, this could be pretty cool, though, because I know a lot of people dig the Red Wizards of Thay, and this is very, very popular over on Dungeon Masters Guild. So, speaking of Dungeon Masters Guild, of course, the Gaming Gang, thus the Dispatch, is affiliated with the One Bookshelf sites. So if you're going to visit, say, DM's Guild or Drive Through RPG, please stop by thegaminggang.com first. Click on one of our banner ads. That way, if you happen to make a purchase, I get a little portion of that sale. All those nickels, dimes, and quarters really do add up and help keep thegaminggang.com around. Also, if you like this video, if you like the channel, if you enjoy visiting thegaminggang.com, basically, if you dig what we do, by all means, you can always buy me a cup of coffee or some soda by swinging on over to paypal.me/thegaminggang and making a small donation. And Our pal, the Madman, recently made a small donation as well. So, much obliged, folks, for helping to lend a hand. So, Perkins says they were reading lore books hard. They prefer to read a novel set in Thay about the Red Wizards. I don't know if there are any. Jason says they just got into Dungeon Crawl Classics. They had to smile when they saw the spinning map for adventure number 100, which we talked about in yesterday's news section of the show. Right. So anyway, I was going to say real quick that I've noticed the prices on Drive-Thru RPG. Well, we knew the prices on the printed materials was going to go up. Drive-Thru RPG had already publicly announced that especially their hardcovers, both the standard and premium, the prices were going to increase by a good amount. Not so much the soft covers. But I have noticed that a lot of these 120 or so page supplements or rule books or what have you, regardless of publisher, the ones that used to go for like $9.99 were still, it was okay. In my opinion, if you keep your PDF price to 10 cents a page or less, especially if it's not like a lot of artwork intensive, then I think it's a fair deal. Once you start moving past that, especially we see some stuff now, it's like 20. I saw something with like 37 cents a page. I was like, get out of here. Of course, every once in a while, you'll see like these like 4-page pamphlet sort of adventures, and they're like $5. And it's like, yeah, okay. Although, if it's a great adventure, cost really shouldn't come into it. But I think it's a lot of people saying, hey, XYZ company's getting away with charging ABC for their books, so I'm going to do the same thing. It's not like, wow, our cost has increased exponentially. Of course, everybody's cost has gone up. We get that. But production of digital products hasn't doubled. It's only doubled because people are sitting there going, well, okay, so what will the market bear? So we will see. Flanagan says, yeah, seems a bit exorbitant for the smaller size books, considering you can get systems with 800 plus pages. Yeah, you can get huge core books, 400 pages, $15. Great example. I'll mention this as I wrap up the show, but my other review that's in the can, which will be out tomorrow, is for Old School Essentials Advanced Fantasy, the Player's Tome. That's 248 pages, $15 PDF. I'd say that's pretty fair. So, $30, you get the entire 500 pages if you get the referee's tome as well, as opposed to $20 for a 100-page supplement. I don't know. All righty. That's it for the news. We're going to jump on into Tiny Epic Pirates in just a couple of moments. But first, how about a short intermission? Although this is a longer intermission than usual, but it's still a short intermission.
It's intermission time, folks, so hurry, hurry, hurry. Step right over to our refreshment center for the most extravagant array of refreshment goodies ever assembled under one roof. Enjoy breathtaking, mouth-watering goodies, everything from a snack to a delicious full meal. At our refreshment center, you'll find a large variety of goodies to satisfy your hunger, your thirst, or your sweet tooth. So hurry, hurry, hurry. Visit our refreshment center now. The show starts in 9 minutes.
Ta-da! I know you're sitting there wondering, how long are those two candy bars just going to keep going back and forth on that tightrope? Come on. Come on. Of course, Flaming Heron's like, okay, I'll see you guys in 9 minutes. Because that's so what I'm doing is I'm sharing the 10-minute countdown that they used to play at a lot of drive-ins, at least in the Chicagoland area. This is where we had the hot dog and the bun that I joked about previously. So, yes, it was not 9 minutes. It was about a minute, 20 seconds. But yeah, so I'll just keep sharing it as we count down. And then I'll have more intermission stuff to toss out there on all the live shows. I don't know. It makes me chuckle. So I guess that's what's important, right? All right. So tonight I am going to unbox and take a first look at Tiny Epic Pirates and its Curse of Amdiak expansion from Gamelyn Games. The game and expansion are both designed by Scott Alms. Artwork is provided by Chip Cole, Nicoletta Vazzi, Ian Rosenthaler, and Felix Wormke. The game and expansion are for 1 to 4 players ages 14 and up and play in 30 to 60 minutes. The deluxe edition of Tiny Epic Pirates carries an MSRP of $35, while the expansion carries an MSRP of $15. We're also going to take a look at some metal coins that are available, and those are also $15. So before we jump in, there was some discussion going on about role-playing game systems and trying to check things out for free before, diving in. I completely agree. If you go to Drive-Thru RPG, you will find that there are loads of free quick starts that are out there. There are a lot of pay what you want that are out there as well. There are some really good old school Renaissance adventures that are pay what you want, which obviously enough you can download for free. And if you're like, hey, wow, this is really good, you can always, throw them a few bucks. All right, let's jump on over to the other camera because here I've got Tiny Epic Pirates, a game of high seas adventure by Scott Alms. So Kirk over at Gamelyn Games was kind enough to send me Tiny Epic Pirates and Tiny Epic Dinosaurs and a bunch of other goodies. Some of the extra goodies are for Tiny Epic Dungeons. Some is just like Gamelyn Games swag. So the little Gamelyn Games swag, I'm going to share that when we do an unboxing next week of Tiny Epic Dinosaurs. So let's take a look at the back here. In Tiny Epic Pirates, you helm a notorious pirate ship in the swashbuckling days of yore. Guide your ship and crew through the unforgiving seas in search of fame and fortune. Plunder settlements, trade booty on the black market. Not even going to go there. Hire scurvy crew members and avoid the ever-vigilant Royal Navy. Be the first pirate to bury 3 treasures, and you can declare yourself the most nefarious dread pirate of the 7 seas. Yes, the dread pirate Roberts. I'm kind of curious, is that supposed to be Anne Bonny on the cover there? I always forget. There were 2 female pirates, and one was a redhead. I always forget if that was Anne Bonny who was the redhead. I think it was. Clint says, woohoo, I got gold, silver, and copper treasure chest painted in this time. Let's open this on up. So one of the things I always mention about Tiny Epic Games is there is loads of gameplay just packed into a small footprint box. And that has just become truer and truer as more games have come out in the Tiny Epic lineup. So as you can see, there's just loads of stuff in this box that we can see already. So we're gonna take a peek at that in just a bit. So we got the rules here. So we have, let's see, we've got some map cards. We've got helm mats, legend mats, a market mat, 2 port tokens, captain cards, merchant cards, crew cards, order tokens, search tokens. We've got some pirate ship minis, merchant ship minis, and a naval ship. So that's the Royal Navy. Got captain meeples, deck hands, legend tokens, treasures. I mean, there's loads and loads of stuff. So we got our game set up. I believe this game uses like an action rondelle. That's the ship's wheel. Got a gameplay overview. The game is played in a series of turns, starting with the first player and going clockwise until one of the pirates has won the game. Your goal is to be the first to bury 3 treasures. You begin with a slow ship, the bare minimum crew, low status, and little gold. As you gain experience, your ship gets faster, you gain more crew, you fight better, and you start collecting enough gold that's worth burying your treasure. So you've got your captain's orders. So you can assign deck hands as well. Sailing your pirate ship, storms, your captain's orders, plunder, trade, crew up, search, attack, hideout. I'd assume you're probably going to want to try to hide out if the Royal Navy's on your tail. Bonus actions. I think those are probably on your captain card, it looks like. So some of the bonus actions: bury treasure, trade special booty, exchange, sail the Navy ship or merchant ship, gain gold, reroll, reassign, or sail. Crossing the ship line. After you execute your captain's order and trigger bonus actions, check if your captain is crossed over the ship line on this turn. If they have, gain 1 gold for each deckhand in extort. And the Navy and merchant ships now sail. Okay. Gain legend. And we have a solo variant. Solitaire setup. Sweet. So altogether 20 pages. And that includes what was it? 3 pages devoted to the solo game? So really 17 pages. Sweet. All right, let's see what we got. So we've got tokens that are already punched out. How about that? Gotta like that. We have the gold coins. So we've got a few gold coins. This is the other metal coins that I was talking about. Same coins, just 52 more of them. And they are metal, as you can see. So they have heft to them. I always chuckle because my nephew Cameron is a big fan of Raiders of the North Sea. And one of the reasons, I mean, he really likes the game, but one of the reasons why he was attracted to it in the first place were the metal coins. He's like, oh, Uncle Jeff, they've got like metal coins. It's like, yes, I know. Right, so let's see what we got with some of these tokens here. So I guess these are probably search tokens that have the spyglass on them. Because we've got various different things on here too. So we've got gold. It's like cannon. So we've got that. Then we've got, I'm going to take a guess. It's by player color. Maybe. So it looks like we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so there's 5 red. And I have 5. 4 red, 4 blue, 4 yellow, and then 4 gray. All right, no, that's a blue one too. So I guess there are 5 for each of the sides, each of the players' captains. And I'm going to take a guess that these probably go on your mats in that rondel. And then the rest of these tokens all have eyeglasses. Spyglasses. Yeah, there's eyeglasses on them. Yep. Yeah, maybe I need eyeglasses for saying that. All righty. So that's just one of the bags of goodies. Put all these back. I'll show you these metal coins. All right, when we start getting little baggies like this, these are just really difficult to get open for an adult's hands. All right. Give you a better look at these coins here. The 2 different sides of them. And they do have heft. They are metal. Oh my gosh, they're real gold. Flaming Heart says, looks pretty cool. And a solo variant is always appreciated. So now we've got tokens and cubes. And so these are the deckhand meeples, I believe, and the captain meeples. So it looks like you have 4 deckhands and 1 captain. Give you a peek at those. The little Captain Meeple has a little pirate hat on. So we've got those in the 4 colors. Then we got cubes. And then looks like we've got cannons. Yep. I'm not sure if we put these on our mats or we put them on the ships. I think the ships actually carry these cubes. We have the various different cubes. Looks like we've got purple, brown, and yellow. And then we've got the ships. Take a look at those in just a second. I think you have to actually put the ships together. You might have to put the sails on them. Yes, you do, because there are the sails. Those look like you got to be pretty careful so you don't break them. And then these are the players' ships. Be a better peek at this. I think this is the Navy's ship. And then we have the pirate ships. Now this'll take 2 masts, whereas the Royal Navy ship takes 3 masts. Let's go with blue. You probably see the blue a little bit better. But there's actually some decent detail on these ships. Of course, you see little holes there that you're going to stick the masts into. But I was going to say, I think, we'll see in a sec here, but I think once you have the masts, yep, see, these will hold cubes. Just like so. So you're going to have little cubes sitting there. So I think that's like the cargo. What the pirates are carrying or what the merchants are carrying. These are little merchant ships. These actually get 2 masts too. Kayla says, oh, that's cool. Might be able to use some of those game pieces as minis for a campaign. Well, hopefully it's not a miniatures game, because I think your opponent will kind of be making fun of you for using these as your minis. All right, so it looks like we've got a little deck of cards here. We've got 3 gray dice, 6-sided dice. Not going to bother taking those out. Oh, we got a little draw bag. There we go. Tiny Epic Pirates draw bag. And then we have, I think these are map cards, and these should also be the captain's cards as well. So here's ship cards. So we're going to have 4 of these. And I could have swore, now I could be wrong, but I could have swore that the rondelles are different. Everybody's rondelle is going to be different. So what you're going to end up doing is, I'm going to take a guess. Those pieces go like that. So Jason says, always good reviews here. Well, obviously this isn't a review, but, you know. Coco said they were thinking about shelling out the shillings for Hero Quest until my review of Tiny Epic Dungeons. And then they decided they were going to go get that instead. Once again, Coco, that was not a review. That was just the first look. That was just an unboxing. So I got to be honest, I still have not played it yet. Although we're supposed to be getting together this weekend to play some games, and that is coming with. All right, so here, these are each of the players with their ship cards, or captain's cards. No, I think these are their ship cards. But I also noticed they're dual-sided, and then we actually have characters. So we have Captain Jack, Madame Drake, Blackbeard, who's a real person, and then Annabelle. And then, oh, these are solo captains. I guess these are captains that you play against, maybe in the solo variant. Huh. Interesting. Nice cardstock, and these do have a linen finish as well, so they should hold up pretty well. Looks like these are where our cannons go too. Those little cannon tokens, I think they go up there. It's probably your firepower. And since we have 3 dice and we have 3 cannons locations up there, I'm guessing that those dice you're going to roll based on the number of cannons that you've got. So we've got 4 cards here that are tracking cards. I guess this is where we're going to be tracking our gold, maybe our crew quality. So as you can see, we have Sea Dog, Pirate, Corsair, Swashbuckler, Buccaneer, and Dread Pirate. And it looks like this is what you get. Huh. As you can see, there's going to be some meat on the bones of this game. And that is something else that the Tiny Epic lineup of games really does provide. There is good strategy. There's a lot of gameplay in these Tiny Epic releases, and there's tons of replayability too. Right, so these are map cards, and I think you simply put them together like this to create your oceans and islands and things like that. But as you can tell, they're each a little bit different. I think this might be, is this supposed to be like Tortuga? Is this like the pirate port? Another thing I was going to say, I noticed on the back here, looks like these are solo. Once again, these are solo. Fearless, greedy, vengeful, notorious. So you're actually, looks like you're tracking the other pirates if you're playing solitaire. So it looks as if you're going to connect all of these cards to create kind of your game map. Sweet. So as you can see, there's land masses in every corner, but each of them is something a little bit different. So like there's that's a port. That looks like some volcano with a skull island. Another port. Yeah, kind of cool. Very nice. Very, very nice. This looks like a castle. Maybe that's a very rich port. And that almost looks like that's just a little village there. All right, so we got a bunch of those. So we have the map cards. We have these what appear to be tracking cards for if you've got human players, and that looks like those are for AI players. We have the 4 captain cards here as well. And then we flip these over, and these are solo play captains. And then this looks like this is some sort of like trading port. And then we've got okay, so I think these are your crew card. No, these are your captain cards. These are equipment cards, maybe. And then these are your crew cards. So we have Captain Magnus Bolt, Captain Francisco de Guara, Captain Carmen Rouge, couldn't really make it out too well, and Captain Morgan. Yeah, little Captain Morgan and Coke there. So Captain Morgan White Cloud. Oh, and then we got some on the back too. Captain Baron von Hook. Captain Vera Locke. So that's the redhead from the cover. That's the artwork there. Captain Wendy Bird. I thought for sure there'd be a parrot on her shoulder with that name. And then we have Captain Singvain. Nice artwork. Very cool artwork. Not very cartoonish or anything like that. Pretty straight up. Okay, so here's the crew. So we have Jolly Raj, Quartermaster Quigley, Taylor True North, Whitla Watch, Ursula Bain, Eliza Lucky. You notice we've got these dice faces there. Betty Blunderbuss, Buck Cannon. Sounds like a porn star name. I am Buck Cannon. Sydney Sweetwater, Lisa Legacy, Doc Blockley, Alice O'Malice, in the palace, I guess. Tina Trickshot, Sally Sure Sight, Chopper Donovan, Jack Fuse Rogers, Sarah Silver, Min, Cutter Fang, Salty Pete, Pale Pim, Black Eyed Brutus, Morena Rumor, Lieutenant Flint, in like Flint, and Silent Seamus. So there are your crew cards. So Jason says, yes, this box is definitely packed. Yeah, this is jam-packed with goodies. All right, and then we have these. So these are just ship cards. So we have 2 and plus, looks like +2 gold, +4 gold with 4s, +6 gold, +8 gold. So it's kind of funny. It's like the higher the numbers go, the worse the weather looks. All right, so we've got the small Euro size cards here, the different decks. And amazingly enough, I'm kind of surprised there isn't anything in the insert, although we do have it on the box top. Because that's something we tend to see with Tiny Epic Games as well. All right, so we've got the deck here. We've got all of these cards. We've got the cardstock tokens, the little gold coins. We've got the plastic ship miniatures, the cubes and cannons. There we have the sails, the captains and deckhands. Oh, these were like, I didn't take a look at these. These are like treasure chests and little pirate skulls with, it's like with swords. In each of the player colors as well. But you notice we've got this side like that. And then there's like, it almost looks like they're bloodied. So maybe this is like a damaged side of something. And then we have the chest with a little keyhole and then one without the keyhole. So those are the two sides on the chest as well. So will Jeff be able to get this stuff back into the box? I don't know. We're going to find out. It's going to be an interesting trick. Okay, here's our little draw bag again. Got that bag there. And the 20 pages of rules. And that's what we find when we take everything from Tiny Epic Pirates outside the box. Remember, you know, I got to be honest. I'm not sure if this is the deluxe edition or not because it didn't have a deluxe edition sticker on it. And usually the deluxe editions have usually a real little like expansion tossed in. So this might be the standard edition. Not sure though, but I'm telling you, with all those tokens and stuff like that, certainly could be the deluxe edition. That's for sure. So anyway, the deluxe edition carries an MSRP of $35. Now we're going to look at Curse of Amdiak, which is a much smaller box. It's about half the depth. Get the shrink off of here. Now remember, keep in mind, this has an MSRP of $15. Of course, you can get this as a bundle as well. Every sea dog has heard the legend of the ghost pirate Amdiak. Whether it be a drunken tale in a port tavern or from the scurvy lips of a weathered deckhand, the ghost ship and its cursed treasure is a sea tale no more. In a risky maneuver, you've stolen a piece of Amdiak's treasure, and now he and his terrible ship have risen from the icy depths to reclaim it. But avast, as the old legend goes, Amdiak's remains in sealed urns be, buried in damned soil, set his cursed soul free. Dun, dun, dun! So I think we get another miniature in here. And I think the miniature is a little ghost ship. In fact, there it is. And I don't know if I'd say that looks specifically like a ghost ship. So we've got some more little, these are almost like Pharaoh's masks there. We'll take a peek at that. We got some cubes here. Got some more cards. Looks like these are ghost crew. All right. So we got some more cardboard tokens here. It's like, it's like look like a ghostly crew there. Dual-sided. We have a little rule book. It says there's a new game objective. In order to win the game, you must be the first to bury your 3 treasures and bury Amdiak's urn at a cursed burial site. So obviously enough, this is going to increase the time to play the game. Obviously enough. So there's a new resource, Cursed Gold. So this is Cursed Gold. Stealing from the ghost pirate, sailing the ghost ship, being haunted by the ghost ship. Got the cursed captain, ghost wake tokens. So that's what these are. These are ghost wake tokens, which I guess you can search for. Cursed map cards. These are the urns. That's what these are. They hold the mummified remains of the ghost pirate Amdiak. If all players can bury 1 urn at a cursed burial site, then the Seaward Spectre will be at peace. Also, everybody's got to bury 1, huh? Oh, okay. Skeleton crew. So you can have a cursed captain. So you can get a skeleton crew. And then we have solo mode for this as well. All right, so we got that. Already saw it. We've got some transparent plastic cubes here. This is the cursed gold. This is the ghost ship with 3 masts. And the tokens and the urns. So we're going to put that in there. So then we still have the rondelle. And we've got this ghost crew. Oh, and I'm guessing we've got some more map pieces because we have those cursed locations. Jason says 4 pieces of a cursed pirate. It was definitely hung, drawn, and quartered then. Very possibly. Okay, so these are going to be, the map pieces. Just like so. So I am guessing that these are the cursed locations here and also here. So as an example, I would take a stab that if you're putting these together and it's like this, I would think this island here is going to count as a cursed location, not just that spot. Madman says that they've always been happy with the production quality of Gamelyn's Tiny Epic Games. And yeah, they're jam-packed. If you go far enough back, like Tiny Epic Galaxies, Tiny Epic Western has quite a bit in it. Like Tiny Epic Galaxies isn't like overflowing with stuff, but I love the game. I think the game is fantastic. Right, so here is the Ghost Pirates Rondelle as a solo captain. And then we have a new captain, Rogue O'Malley. I wonder if this allows us to play 5 players then. Taking a look here. I don't see it. I don't see that. Let's see on the side here. Of course, it's a game expansion, not a standalone game. That we know. Doesn't say. It doesn't say if it's expanding it to a 5th player, but we are getting. Maybe this is another solo captain. What am I thinking? Yeah. So it's giving us another solitaire captain to go up against. All right, I understand now. See, I'm not as dumb as I look. I'm close, but not as dumb as I look. All right, we'll slip these back in here too. And then the last thing we're going to take a look at is the Ghost Crew. See who we've got. So, Captain Magnus Bolt. Oh, this is if you're cursed. So these are the cursed captains. These are captains that we had before, because here's Captain Wendy Bird. So those are the captains. And then here's another one of those ship cards. And then here's the skeleton crew, I guess it is. Thomas, Mad Sarah. Yeah, they are skeletons. Moros, Ernie, Bonnie. Where's Bert? Lucky the Kid. I don't think he was that lucky. Min. How about Max? Where's Max? Boots. I had a dog as a kid named Boots. And Bill and Bait. It's Barrett skeleton on its shoulders. Nice. All right. This looks pretty interesting. This has been out for a little bit. I do know that. I want to say, as I'm closing this up, and I still have some cards to put in here, I think this was the Tiny Epic game prior to Tiny Epic Dungeons. I'm pretty sure that's the case. I'm actually going to put the gold coins, the extra gold coins that were sent along in here as well. There we got the rules, and that's what we find for Tiny Epic Pirates Curse of Amdiak, the expansion as well. Once again, this carries an MSRP of $15. Callahan says the Pirate Brady Bunch. So Madman says they've got the deluxe edition. It doesn't state deluxe on the box. Okay, cool. Well, it usually doesn't say on the box. It's usually a sticker on the plastic. Give you an example. Here's our Tiny Epic dinosaurs. That's a sticker. That's just a sticker that's on the shrink wrap. So when you take the shrink wrap off, it just looks like any other box. So I don't know. It's got it. What else could there possibly be in this? In a deluxe edition, right? Madman says, yes, this was the game prior to Dungeons. Perkins said, the bird is Bill, the dude is Bates. All right. Sweet. Swing on over to the other camera. So you're not staying. Hey, look at the blank table Jeff's sitting at. The empty table. All righty. That is it for this time out. Of course, stay tuned. I will have a review of Tiny Epic Pirates in the near future. And I will also review the expansion with it as well. Madman says they didn't see anything inside their deluxe game box that's different than what we just saw. So we just took a look at the deluxe edition. Nice. Sweet. All right, that's it for this time out. If you like this video, by all means, please give it a quick thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And if you do subscribe, ding that bell. It'll not only let you know when the Dispatch streams live Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday evenings right here on YouTube at 7 p.m. Central. It'll also let you know when I upload other videos, such as tomorrow's review of Old School Essentials Advanced Fantasy, The Player's Tome. Of course, remember, a little later on tonight, my review of Pathfinder, Broken Tusk Moon, will be up as well, about an hour after the stream ends. If you're hanging out, got nothing better to do, and you're interested in Pathfinder, check out the first chapter of the newest adventure path. Of course, when you're not watching videos on the Gaming Gang channel, be sure to visit thegaminggang.com for all latest in gaming news, reviews, and a whole lot more. You know the drill. Get your geek on at thegaminggang.com. Those of you who hung out watching live, thank you very much. Always appreciate it. If you took part in chat, pat yourself on the back. That's a bonus round. But I also know there's a lot of people out there, they don't have an opportunity to watch live. Doesn't matter how you watch the videos on the Gaming Gang channel. Live, Memorex, whatever. It's all the same to me, and I appreciate it a whole hell of a lot. So thank you very, very much. Also, thank you, everybody. We have now passed 6,500 subscribers. And a few days ago, if you missed yesterday's show, I did mention that the channel had passed 100,000 hours of views. So, very cool. Very nice. Jason Brantley says, always nice people in the chat. Yeah, everybody gets along pretty well. I got to be honest, I think we're a little older crowd in chat. I don't think there's a lot of like 17-year-old kids hanging out watching this live. Just don't think it'd be their bag of tricks, you know? All right, just checking anything else, any last minute things anybody popped into chat with? No, I believe not. I think we have tackled everything. Sweet. All right. Well, once again, thank you very much for watching. Tomorrow night, I will be unboxing and taking a first look at the Pathfinder Secrets of Magic. Let's get the glare out of there. Spell cards. So that'll be on tomorrow's show. We'll be taking a peek at these. All right. Everybody enjoy the rest of your evening or morning or afternoon, whatever time it is in your part of the world where you happen to be watching. And of course, here's hoping each and every one of you out there always get to enjoy plenty of great gaming with your gang. See you tomorrow. Oh, hey, you're still here. Well, if that's the case, by all means, subscribe to the Gaming Gang channel by clicking right here. Check out the latest episode of the Gaming Gang Dispatch, or find out what YouTube recommends you check out from the channel. And of course, once again, I'm Jeff McAleer. Thanks for watching.